Clear? So here the sessions can be created in three different ways. The sessions can be created in three different ways. First one, by typing /o in command field, we can open new session. Clear? So again, I'll show you. I'll close one session. Okay. So here, existing one, whatever existing one there, in that we need in command field, we need to type /o. Clear? It will open a new session. So click on generate. Then it will open a new session. Now on the bottom, you can see it will display how many sessions are open. One was the existing one and one is a new one. Okay, this is one way. Another way we have right now, second way, by path or navigation, by path or navigation, select new GUI, or create session, new GUI window, select new GUI window or create session from system menu. Again, I'll repeat, select new GUI window or create session from systems menu. So here, this is my path. So how many are open now? How many sessions are open? Two sessions. So you can see here, go to system, new GUI window. In some systems, it will show it as a create new session. Either new GUI window or create new session. It's one and the same. Click on system, new GUI window. Click on that. Three windows. Understood? One is with /o. Another one is system, new GUI window. Fine. Next one, third one. Write down third one. Create new session. Create new session from standard toolbar. Create new session from standard toolbar. Create new session from standard toolbar. Okay, standard toolbar. So you know what do you mean by standard toolbar in SAP now. This is called standard toolbar. Clear? So here, how many sessions are open now? 1, 2, 3. Write down. So this is called standard toolbar. And from here, you can see here, create new session. Create new session option from standard toolbar. So just click on this. The session will be opened. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So total, how many screens we have opened? 4 screens, 4 sessions, right? So write down a note. Write down a note. Okay. Write down note, NOTE note. We can open maximum. Anyone have an idea how many sessions we can open?
5.
No, it's a 6.
6.
6 sessions we can open at a time. Maximum, that is. So for example, how many already we have opened? 4 sessions, right? So you can see here, fifth session, I am opening. So you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and another one, sixth session, sixth session. Okay, and total how many we have opened now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I'm trying to open a new session, then it will throw an error. Maximum number of SAP GUI sessions reached. Understood? Maximum how many sessions we can open? By default?
Session.
Six sessions. Okay, but there is one way we can open 9 sessions. But once we have completed FI part, I'll show you that maximum sessions we can increase 3 more sessions. But by default, we can open only 6 sessions. Okay, any questions here? Any questions?
No.
Right, I'm closing now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. I'm closing one more. So here we have opened now only one session. Next one, write down. Next one. Opening a new session, opening a new session without closing existing screen, within the bracket, write down application, within the bracket application. Write down the syntax, /o followed by transaction code. Write down in the same way, syntax /o transaction code. So what does it mean in the sense? For example, in the first screen, we are in FB50, right? We are in FB50. So only one screen is opened, correct? Only one screen is open. So without closing this screen, this application, I want to open one more application without closing this. Clear? So you know that you can give like this new application, new session, and you can give your new application. That is nothing but, for example, you can type it as an FBL. For example, I want to open, I would like to show FBL 3N. Okay, here I want to open FBL 3N. Clear? We can do like this. Okay, but instead of that, what we can do is, okay, instead of that, /o. You know that what is by /o?
Yeah, new session.
/o, create a new session, but I want new session with new application.
Yes, new.
I don't want only a session. I want a session with an application. So then I can write it as an application code. That is nothing but transaction code, FBL 3N. So /o will open a session. Along with what? It will open an application command. This application will be get opened. So /o FBL 3N. Correct? Now you can see here in the bottom, you can see the transaction FBL 3N. Clear? It is open, new application is open without closing the existing application. So both are there. Existing application is there and new application is also there. So /o with followed by transaction code. Clear, everyone? Okay. Fine, everyone?
Yes,
Next
ma'am.
one. For example, next one. Write down next one. Opening a new session. Right? Opening new session with new application. With new application. Opening new session with new application by closing the existing application. By closing the existing application. So what does it mean? See here. I'm in which screen? Which session I'm in? Which application I have opened?
FB50.
FB50. So what I want to is in this particular screen, in this particular session, I want to close FB50 and new session, new application need to be open. Okay, for example, I want to open F-07. F-07. Write down the syntax. Write down the syntax. /n transaction code. /n transaction code. /n transaction code. For example, so you know that now it's in command field. The transaction codes will be entered in command field. So write down /n F-07. It will create new session. It will create new session with new application. New session with new application by closing the existing application. By closing the existing application. Okay. So now you can see that. Okay, or else you can see a GL account line item. /n, it's a case insensitive. Case insensitive. Okay, and we are not supposed to give a space between /n and a transaction code. There shouldn't be any space. So F-07 /n, new /n is nothing but new session in existing screen or existing session. /n /o is nothing but it open a new session in new window. But here it /n will open a new session in existing window. F-07. We are in FBL3N. F-07. Press enter. So F-07 screen is opened and there will not be any FBL3N. You can see here. Understood the difference between /o and /n? Might be you know that, but still.
Yes.
Everyone.
If you just give F-07
Sorry?
without giving /n or /o, if we just give F-07, what will get?
It will throw an error here. You just check. See, what is the initial screen? Normally, whenever, again, yeah, I'll show you that. See, this is the initial screen. SAP, whenever you start SAP, then it will show SAP Easy Access screen. So this is considered as an easy, what we call initial screen. So in this, when we are in initial screen, then /n /o is not required. We can directly type the transaction code, whatever F-07. Okay, direct. But whenever you are in application, so this is considered as an application. Correct? Existing new initial screen. This is called an application. So whenever we are trying to enter any new session in existing application, then see if I am trying to give F-06 here, F-06, then it won't show. See, right? But if I want, you are not in initial screen, you are in application screen. Then if you want to open a new screen, then you need to either open /o. What /o will do? /O
New
will
session.
open a new window without closing the existing application. Correct?
Yes.
And when you say /N, then what it will do, followed by transaction code, it will close the existing application and it will open new application, new session with the new application in the existing screen. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. Just reach out. Fine. Okay. Anyone have a questions? Anyone have a questions on this? /O/N. Okay. Next one. Closing. Closing the sessions. Closing the sessions. We can close the sessions in 3 different ways. I have shown you how to open up sessions. Okay. First one. Select. Okay. Select end session option. Select end session option from system menu. So here. Okay. So I'll show you that. So this is empty session. So system, clear. So close GUI window. All right, you know that what do you mean by GUI? GUI is nothing but, okay, close GUI window. So you can close this. So how many screens are opened here now? 1, 2, 3. So here, click on system, close GUI window. That's it. Now you can see only 2 windows. 1, 2. Next one. So second way. Second way. Closing a session with a transaction code. Closing a session with a transaction code. Closing the session with transaction code. So transaction code is /I in command field. Type /I in command field. Okay, /I. So here, /I. Type /I. How many screen sessions are opened here? 2 sessions, right? So type /I. That's it. Now you can see only 1 session. Fine, everyone. So if you want to open one particular session, then you can type /I, or one more option we have. One more option, third option. Closing the application with Windows option. Closing the application with Windows option. Closing the application with Windows option. It's as simple as your Microsoft or whatever Windows applications we will close in the same way. So for example, I'm opening one session. Right now you can see here 2 sessions are there. One is an application and one is blank. Okay, so here you can click here, close window. Right, if you click, then automatically it will get closed. So this the way 3 ways we can open, 3 ways we can close it. Any questions?
Oh, can we close it through escape, like
Sorry,
through
escape?
escape button?
Yeah, you can,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
the entire data will be lost. Okay, I'll show you that also. Okay, so next one. Next one, write it down. Logging of SAP system. Okay. Logging of SAP system. And the most important thing is write down logging of SAP system. Write down this. In any application or any session, in any application or any session in SAP, the common menus are system menu and help menu. Okay. System, whatever may be the screen, whatever may be the transaction, these two menus you will find. Okay. The things would be document, edit, go to, settings, maybe change, but any application you will find these two. It's a standard system menu and help menu. Clear? Understood what I'm saying? Any application you enter, FB60, ME23, and whatever it is, okay, it may get changed, but these two are standard, system menu and help menu. Remember this. Okay, next one. Okay, select log off option. So you want to log it off, right? Select log off option from system menu. So select log off option from system menu. So here you will have a system, right? Log off. Then it will show a message. So here unsaved data will be lost, same escape button. Do you want to log off? Clear? If you say yes, if you click yes button, then it will be log off without saving anything. Clear? Everything will be closed. If you click on no button, it will remain the same.
Oh, no, we can save and do this action. Right?
Sorry, you can save and you can log off.
Yes.
Okay, it's the same like your SAP Word document or whatever it is. Okay.
Yes.
So right. So if you say yes, then it will be logged off. Next one more option we have. One more option we have. So system log off. To close all the sessions at a time. To close all the sessions at a time. Or to log off directly with transaction code. Okay. Transaction code /NEX. Okay. Transaction code /NEX. For example, I'm closing this. So I'm opening 6 sessions. Okay. I'm opening maximum sessions. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6. So if I want to close everything, I want to log off, then instead of going system log off, type /NEX. /NEX. Clear? Press enter. Without giving any message, it will log off from all the screens. You can see here now. Everything has logged off. Clear? Without giving any prompt message, it will log off. Unsaved data, it won't ask anything, it will directly log off. What is the transaction code? /NEX. /NEX. Clear, everyone? Any questions? Okay, so here any questions here? Okay, so don't use, I always advise, if you are logging off completely, then use this button /n-ex, or else don't use this. So next, write down, very important, SAP application field attributes. Write down SAP application field attributes. SAP application field attributes. Okay, I need to log in again. I'm logging in again. Okay, SAP application field attributes. Right, we can, we are going to utilize so many applications, right? Purchase order, sales order creation, vendor invoice posting, JV postings, credit memo postings, a lot of things we are going to do. Okay. All right, every transaction we will have a separate screens, each screen having so many fields. Clear? So many fields. Clear? Each screen will have so many fields. For example, I'll show one. All right, this is called an application, and it is having so many fields. Clear? So we'll try to understand, there are number of fields are there here. So we'll try to understand the attribute, the nature, okay, the features of each field. Number of fields are there here. So each field we are going to understand. Clear? Write down first one, text field. Write down first one, text field. Okay, write down text field. Write down text field. Write down text field is an optional field. Text field is an optional field, which means it's not mandatory. We may enter any value. We may enter any value with numeric or alphanumeric, or we may leave it blank, Understood what is text field? Text field attribute is, we can, this field is not a mandatory field, it's an optional field. So we can enter any value like alphabets, numeric, alphanumeric, special characters, clear, or we can leave it blank also. This is the attribute of text field. Clear, everyone? So here I'll show you. Here, document number, no, sorry, not document number, reference number is text field. Document header is, document header text is a text field. Clearing text is a text field. Here, a text is a text field here, right? So these are not a mandatory fields. This we can enter any value, right? Or we can leave it blank also. Understood, everyone? So here you can find this reference, document header text, clear text, right? Text. Okay, next one, mandatory fields.
Naveen, if we leave references a blank, will the system accept it?
See, that is reference. Okay, don't take reference number. See, reference again. reference number, it's client to client different. So some right by default SAP provide reference number, we can leave it blank. Clear? But sometimes according to client, he will give you some mandatory fields options at the time of configuration step. So he want reference number mandatory. So at that particular point of time, as a consultant, we need to set it as a mandatory. But according to SAP standard, reference number is not mandatory. Understood?
Okay, got it.
I'll show you that because we have a concept called field status variant. So at that particular point of time, some fields, we make it as a mandatory, like reference number or text. This particular text mandatory, we need to enter. Those things we will make it as a mandatory. So at the time of recording the transaction, these fields need to be enter mandatory. Clear? But by default, these are text fields are not a mandatory one, it's an optional one, and we can enter any data, any value. Okay, next one, mandatory fields. Write down. Write down mandatory fields. Mandatory fields, write down. In SAP applications, few fields are mandatory fields. Few fields are mandatory fields. Without giving them, okay. Few fields are mandatory fields. Without giving them, it will not allow us to move forward. And the fields are represented. And the fields are represented as a mandatory.
Again, can you please go slowly?
Yeah. The fields are represented as mandatory. With a tick mark. With a tick mark on the top left side of the field. On the top left side of the field. On the top left side of the field. Means, see, there are few fields SAP provided which are mandatory fields. So how to recognize whether it's a mandatory field or not? So here you can see few fields you are able to see on top left, tick mark, like document date, right? Company code, currency, amount. Clear? So in whatever screen you feel these are tick marks, then which means that it's a mandatory fields. Without giving data, we can't save it. Clear? If I press enter, see here it is showing fill in all required entry field. What are the required entry field here? Document date is a required entry field. Company code is a required entry field. Currency is a required entry field. Amount is a required entry field. Okay, if I take another screen, /o, MIRO, for example. Do you have any compulsory field here? No. Same time, I'll go with /o, f dash, I'll take here on /n f-06. See here, are you able to see any required field here?
Count.
Correct.
Count and document it.
Amount and document date. If you remove this,
Company code.
clear?
Currency.
Currency. I'm just checking, right? Right? Understood? The fields which are tick mark, right tick mark, then these are nothing but a mandatory fields. So any application, we will have few fields are mandatory fields. So how can we make out this, the tick mark with this tick mark? So compulsory, we need to enter the data in this particular field. Clear? This is called field. Okay, everyone. Clear? These are the required field for application. Okay. Anyone have a questions? Yes, no.
No.
Next one. Date fields. Date fields. Date fields. Okay. So before date fields, we will go with, I'll go with the drop down first. Next, I'll come with the date, because we need to discuss regarding dates actually. Different dates we need to dock. So go with the drop down fields first. Write down drop down fields. Drop down fields. Write down drop down fields. Okay. So drop down in the sense that particular field contains predefined data in that. Predefined data in that. So we need to select by selecting the drop down field. Okay, either by selecting F4 button or with the mouse. So here, for example, this is type, document type, which will be represented with this particular thing. Clear? You can click here. So it will show you the list, or you can select F4 button from your keyboard. So select the required entry fields. Clear? So select F4 or by selecting that search one. So select the required value from the drop down list. Like for example, F-06. So I'll take customer payment DZ. Clear? So anywhere, is it a drop down one? Is it a drop down one? This particular field?
No, no, no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Field is
Not a drop down. Clear? It's a mandatory to search, but drop down you will get like this directly. The predefined, you need not to search. Clear? In the same way, you will get like this option, but here, this one.
What is that number?
Sorry,
What is that symbol?
this is a drop
Here it
down.
is
This is considered as
search,
drop
search
down.
symbol is there, right?
And here it is considered as a mandatory. Clear? Next one. So here also you're not getting a drop down symbol. Clear? You get, it is nothing but a search symbol. Fine. Any question? So is it a drop down one?
no,
No, right?
no.
Assignment. Profit center.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's a drop down.
Yeah.
So again, you can press enter by default, whatever controlling area. For example, so here it will display the list of profit centers. Okay, that we will talk later, but you need to recognize whether it's a drop down or mandatory or text as of now. Okay. Next one. Next one, radio buttons. Next one, write down radio buttons. radio buttons. Okay, radio buttons. Okay, so here, what do you mean by radio buttons in the sense? So here, these are called radio buttons. So we can select according to the requirement. So how you want to generate this report? By amount wise. So you can select this, or you want document number. So don't go with the whatever options, because we will see in next sessions when we do our incoming and outgoing payments, all these options, right? You can select one option. We can select only one option out of 6. We can't select everything. We can select all 6. We can select only one radio button according to the requirement. So these are called radio buttons. Understood? At any point of time, we can select all 6. We can select only one, not more than one. Fine. Right? So if you want to write down a note in radio button options, we can select only one option at a time. We can choose only one option, or we can select only one option. Only one option. Okay, these are the correct characteristics of radio button. Now check boxes. The other one is check boxes. The next option is check boxes. Okay, see here, distribute by age. I'll go with this. Yeah. Here you can see distribute by age, automatic search, and invoice summary. So these are called check boxes here. And here you can see other accounts, standard outstanding invoices, right? So what is the checkbox we can do is it's not like a radio buttons. Here we can select 1 or 2, 3, 4, or all. You can select only 1, you can select only 2, or you can select all 3, and this one also. Clear? Radio button, it's not like that. We can select only one option. If you select one option, the existing will be vanished. But here, when you select a checkbox, you can select either 1 or 2 or all according to the requirement. How you want to generate the report. Understood the difference between a radio buttons and a checkboxes?
Yes.
Clear? So what kind of option is this? Account type?
Drop down.
Sorry?
Drop.
No drop down field.
Right. So here I can select this, or nothing. So we can select nothing, none. We can select 1, we can select 2, or all according to the requirement. But here you don't have. Without none, you can't unselect this. When you can unselect this? By selecting another option. Not like this. Check boxes. Is this clear, everyone? So now you got an idea what are the attributes of each field. So here, what does it mean? What kind of field is this?
Mandatory.
And how about this one? What is this attribute? This field attribute?
Then
It's a text.
Text field.
Text field.
Yeah.
How about this?
it's a drop
Drop
down.
down.
Drop down.
Right? And what are this?
Radio button.
Radio buttons.
And how about this?
Check boxes.
Checkbox.
So hope you got an idea now what are the, means any screen, you will have these options only, these fields only. Okay. Now we will go to important fields are, right? Okay, we will go with the date fields. Okay. Put a heading as in date field. Date field. Okay. For example, how to select a date field in the sense, for example, select F4, press F4, or you can select this option. Okay. And select your date. That's it. Or you can select the date field by pressing F4 button from your keyboard. Okay, F4, and current date you need to select, then press F2. F4 and F2. Or you can select calendar. We need to open the calendar and we need to select the date. Understood? F4, F2, or open the calendar and select the date with the mouse. Clear, everyone?
Naveen, can you show once again?
Yeah, sure. See here. You need to put the cursor and F4, press F4 button. Press F4 button. Okay, from your keyboard, functional keyboard, and select F2.
Okay.
Okay. And the date fields are very important. So we have number of date fields are there in SAP. Okay, what are those date fields? I'll explain. Okay, write down document date. So before that, I'll say one example. For example, write down this example. Okay, for example, we have purchased a material on, for example, we have purchased a material on, for example, I'll take it as an 29th June 2022. Okay. 29/6/2022. Okay. Purchased material from vendor. Okay. XYZ supplier on a credit basis. Okay. Billing address, shipping address is nothing but Hyderabad office's billing address, and shipping address is plant in BHL. Okay. This is nothing but vendor invoice date. Vendor has prepared the invoice on 29/6. Okay. And he has sent through a courier, for example. He has sent through a courier. Vendor sends an invoice through a courier and received on, for example, 30th June. We have received the invoice on 30th June. Okay. So, right. So due to some reason, normally we have received the invoice and we need to update it on 30th June in the system. Okay. Due to some reason, we have not entered the transaction on 30th June. We have entered, okay, here due to some reasons, the entry is not posted on the same day. It is posted on, for example, 1st July. 1st July. Okay. Understood? Understood? Actually, when we vendor has sent the invoice
29th.
29th,
but when we received the invoice
30th June,
and when we have entered into the system
July
1st
1st.
of July.
July 1st. So there are 3 dates, right? So here, this is whatever date on, I'll take it as an, for example. So 29th June, correct? 29th June 2022 we took. Next one, 30th June. We received the invoice. We are supposed to enter this on this date in our system. And 017, but we have entered on 1st. So 3 dates are there. So what is the first date? Right? We call it as a vendor invoice date. That is nothing but document date. Okay. And next one, In real time, we consider this as an ledger updation date. Ledger updation date. Even though we have not updated, but it should be updated. Ledger updation date. So that is nothing but posting date. We call it as a posting date. Last but not least, okay, date of entry. We have entered in system date of entry, that is nothing but entry date. Clear? When the vendor prepared an invoice, that is nothing but a document date. When he sends to us, we need to update in the system, but we have entered on, okay, the 30th year sent, but we have not entered in the system on the same day, then 30th would be posting date, and this is considered as an entry date. Okay. So document date is nothing but transaction occurred date. Okay, you can write it as an, write down, what do you mean by document date? Write down document date, transaction occurred date. Transaction occurred date between company and party. Clear? Transaction occurred between company and party is known as document date. So here, what do you mean by party? Company in the sense our company. But what do you mean by party here? Party could be anything. It could be a vendor, it could be a customer, it could be a bank, it could be a taxation department, or anyone with whom we have done the transaction. Clear? So on which date we have done the transaction, that date is known as a document date. Clear? Any questions here? Any questions? What do you mean by document date? Next one. Write down posting date. Posting date. Okay, so you can write this example. What is that? You can write this. 29/6/2022 vendor invoice date. Vendor invoice date is a document date. Okay, you can take this. Next one. Next one.
Naveen, one small dot. Posting date is like we are entering the GL account. When we are entering the GL entry, it will call us.
Posting date on, actually it's supposed to be posted when we are supposed to be post the entry in the system. Okay, so normally the entry date and the posting date may be different sometimes. Okay, I'll tell you the example. Write down posting date. This date will be, this date will be used. This date will be used to record ledger updating date, ledger updating in SAP system. Ledger updation date in SAP system. See, for example, sometimes what happens is, see, that's the reason I took this example. In month end closing, few entries we need to post, but due to some reasons, we need to post on 30th June. I'll remove this. Most of the ledger books, we are closing books. The ledger books are closed on 1st July, for example. Of June month, the ledgers are closed on 1st July. And few transactions still are open on 1st July. The transactions related to June month, okay, we have not yet posted due to some reasons, with some information missing or something. On 30th, we are supposed to post the invoices. But what unfortunately we are not able to post on 30th. Okay. And on 1st July, AP people, what they will do is they will post some entries with the backdated posting date. Backdated in the sense on 1st July, they will take posting date as an 30th 6 2022. Means what happens, whatever transactions you are posting, we are posting on 1st July, that will be reflected in the books of June month, because we are taking posting date as 30th June. Okay, if 30th June, the period is open by the ledger team, the ledger team will open the books of accounts as long as we post the entries, complete June month entries in the books. Clear? When we are posting the entries, on which date we are posting? On which date we are posting the entries?
We are posting it back to June
No,
30.
July we are posting, right? 1st July. But what is the
Yeah.
posting date we are taking?
30th
June.
June.
June 30th, right? So the ledger will be updated as per the posting date. Okay. But are we posting on 30th June only?
No.
When
No.
we are
No.
entering the entry?
1st of July.
1st of July.
1st of July. So this is called posting date and this is called entry date. Clear? In majority companies, whenever they want to close the ledger books, then they will give 1 day, work day 1, they'll call it as a work day 1. So in work day 1, the AP books will be opened for a specific time. So till that particular time, we need to close, we need to post all the June month entries. Once the time is done, then the ledger team will close AP books. So after that June month, we can't post any entries. Clear? Everyone.
Yes, Naveen.
So next one.
Naveen, will there be any reason that it would be something if we post it in the next post? I mean, like in the June postings, like we would receive many requests stating to post it in June
Maybe
only.
the invoices may scanned late. Clear? Or number of invoices we have received and probably
Due to huge inflow also.
huge inflow or number of reasons.
No, I am asking like why the requester or some other person will always ask us to post on that June period only if it is possible. Like
No,
what
because-
might be the reason?
Yes, the vendor books wants to see whatever June related invoices are there. June related invoices are there. They want to book all the invoices because of their expenses to be booked, incomes to be booked, and assets and liabilities should be booked on June month only. Clear? Because
Okay, like if they booked in July, it would come in July's thing. So
Books.
that's what
Correct.
they wanted to post in. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
What is the accounting rule in the sense? See, what is the accounting rule in the sense? If you take a period, fiscal year, whether you paid or not, whatever expenses, whether we paid or not, same times incomes, whether we received it or not. If, for example, if June month expenses are there, whether we paid it or not, the incomes for the month of June, whether we received it or not, but still we need to show in the books of accounts. Understood? So that is a thumb rule of accounting.
Like it's something like accrual concept where we have what are the things might
Accruals
happen.
only. Accruals only.
Accrual.
It's a thumb rule. Don't forget this. Again, we will see this when we are doing adjustment entries. Clear? So what is the thumb rule in the sense? The accounting thumb rule is whatever expenses or expenses related to that particular period, whether we paid it or not. Okay, the incomes, we received it or not, but that is related to that particular period. So we need to show in the books of accounts. That is mandatory. Is this clear? That is the reason we will post accruals entries. Clear? Any questions? So when we do the GL power postings, we will see this.
Naveen, I have one question here.
Please.
So, for example, some month end the posting will stop. Okay, before workday -2 or 3.
Okay.
Okay, so the books are closed,
Mhm.
and the team can open the yeah, GL team will open the books on 1st July.
Yes.
Okay, they will keep the posting date as 1st July. Okay.
Okay.
Then they will save it and post it on the 1st July. They click on post on 1st July, but the posting date they will update it as 1st July only, and then they'll save it.
The posting date would be 30th/6, right?
No, posting date in 30th, in the sense that that invoice is posted on 30th.
Correct. Invoice will be posted on 30th June. Understood.
Yes, that means that expenses will count on 30th June only.
Correct.
So once the books are closed, we should not post anything on 30th.
Yes, 30th June, you can't post it. Even you try as an AP clerk, if you are trying to post it also, the system will not allow you to post once the GL people close the books.
Yes, so that should be considered as the entry date, and the 07 July 1st should consider as the posting date.
No, no, no. Posting date is nothing but what is the date you are posting, which date you are taking, which period it need to be get affected.
It should get affected July.
The entries expenses need to be booked in which books, which period books?
In July books.
No, it is related to June.
It is related to June only, but the
Correct.
system posting will happen on July. The posting will
No,
happen
no.
on
What
July.
is the posting date you will take?
Posting date we will take the July only, not the
No. If
June.
you take July, then it will not affect in June month books.
Yeah, it will not affect in June month books because period is
It has
closed.
to be effect in June month, right? The entry has to be posted in June month.
Naveen, it depends on the process. Even in some processes, even though if it will affect on July, it is no matter. They will show it in the July book.
See,
Though
don't.
those are related to.
No, not like that. It's not a. It's 100% matters. See
No,
here.
even in our process also, even on first day we will post some
No, sir,
June month
I will
invoices.
explain.
What is
I
the
will explain.
posting date you will take?
I
Then
will explain. I will
I'll
explain.
give you.
The
I'll give you.
invoice entry date.
So workday -3. Okay, the team will start preparing the approval.
One
Okay,
second.
from the AP standpoint, if I talk about.
1 second. I'll show you. See here. We are in 1st July, for example, and we need to post the entries belongs to 30th June entries, right? So the posting date plays a vital role in the period. Clear? Which period it is showing now? If it is current month, right? Which period it is showing now?
4.
4. But the entry belongs to, for example, there is an entry called salaries. This is nothing but 25th June entry 2022 salaries paid, or 30th June salaries paid 25,000. Okay, this has to be reflected in the books of accounts. For which month it has to be affected?
June.
June.
Means which period? June, in the sense, for example, our accounting book starts from April, for example. So April is the first period, May is the second period, June is the third period, correct?
Yes.
Third period means third period books, it need to be get updated. So here in SAP, if you are taking 1st July as your posting date, for example, on 1st July, you are entering transaction. For example, I'll take it here. So invoice date is, for example, 30th June. 30th June 2022. Reference number 123. Amount 25,000. Okay. Instead of purchasing order, I'll go with FB60. /n FB60. Okay, this is invoice. I'll select one vendor. So it's very important. Let me open it a little slow. So assume that our accounting period starts from 1st April and ends at 31st March. Okay. So here I have one vendor called ABC vendor. Okay. So here I am taking invoice date as an 29th June, because the entry belongs to 20th June. Right. Now, what is the posting date you will take? You are in the month of July, but this amount has to be reflected in the books of June. So what is the posting date you will take?
I'll take for the June month only.
No, the Rajshekhar and Deepthi was saying something.
No, Naveen, in SAP we do like this, but in Oracle, when once the books are closed, we will not change the
But
posting.
any ERP, the period will be calculated according to the posting period. Any ERP that could be. I'm not sure how it could be changed.
So
But
for example,
We won't receive the old invoices, Naveen.
that's
In
what.
the month of July, we receive June invoices, right?
So, no, as per thing, what we need to do, normally what happens is all the books. See, you may receive the old dated invoice in the month of July also. Means
Yes.
after first you are receiving some invoices, then you will post with the current posting date only. Understood? That is nothing but July.
No,
But
on first also we won't change the posting
correct,
date in
won't change it.
Oracle.
Yes,
We won't
majority
change.
in Cartive also majority process they won't
Yeah.
change the posting dates. But
okay, so yeah, the process you are following, that some of the companies will follow.
not
Okay.
now. Actually, this is the rule. Actually, what is the thumb rule in the sense? Whatever June expenses, okay, whatever June expenses entries are there, income and expenses entries are there. So that is the reason I told you nominal account rule. What is the nominal account rule? Debit all expenses and incomes. Sorry, debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and rules. And same time I told you what is the nominal account ledger rule. All the nominal accounts ledgers are supposed to be totaled. They are
Totaled.
supposed to be balanced. Correct? Why? In the sense, June month, whatever expenses are there, that has to be shown only in the books of June only. In real time, when you go as a consultant, then probably you may get this effect. So you should have an idea. Some companies will show at the year end. See, for example, same thing, few invoices, you changed your year also, old year invoices will come into our bucket. Correct? So according to the agreement, we will post into the system with the current date only. 2021 invoice, still we are posting in 2022.
So backdated invoices should be posted to that period only.
Yes, it means 90% income and expenses related items will be posted on 31st June. Here it is 30th June. So we will take here as an posting date has to be taken as an, then only it will be get changed the period. You can see if I'm taking July month period, then it is showing 4th period. But if I take 30th 6, 2022, if I press enter, okay, see here period 4 adjusted line with the posting date. Then if you press enter, it will be automatically changed to 3, because it need to be recorded in the books in 3rd month, that is April 1st month, May 2nd month, and June 3rd month. Understood? So if you take July month, then it will be effect in July month's books, not in June month books. Clear, everyone?
Okay, so the documentation date is the invoice date, and entry date is 38th.
Not whatever date you are entering, that is nothing but a posting date.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have one more date called entry date also. What is that?
Entry date is first July.
When you are trying to enter the transaction.
We are not giving anywhere entry date, right?
posting date
System will
issue.
capture, but the system will capture.
Exactly. The system will capture. See, for example, I'll tell you. Yeah, we are working as a clerk in an organization. Okay, we are working as a clerk in one organization. So what we have received number of invoices. We received 30 or 40 invoices in a day. So what we have done is, and every day we will enter our all 40 invoices on the same day. Due to some reasons, what we did is we are not able to enter 10 invoices due to some reasons. And we don't want to say to our higher authorities that we have missed 10 invoices. So next day, what we did is we have taken yesterday's date, yesterday's posting date, okay, and we have posted the entries. And we said that we have done for yesterday's part, and today again we are continuing our work. Clear? Understood, everyone? Give me a second time. I'll be back. Sorry. Yeah, understood now. Okay. So entry date, write down entry date. This date will be captured by the system. Okay. Write down entry date. This date will be captured by the system with the current date and time, or application server date and time. Application server date and time. Note, this date cannot be specified. This date cannot be specified or modified by the end users. By the end users. End users. Clear? So as I was saying that clerk entered yesterday's date, posting date today. Okay. So here he thinks that no one will caught us. But definitely whenever we enter into the transaction, definitely system will capture the current date or server date. Okay. I'll show you that also. Right on. Next one, we have some other dates. Translation date. Translation date. So here you can see that translation date column. See here, translation date. You know that now, document date, posting date, entry date we can't see here. I'll show you that translation date. Write down translation date. The date will be used. The date will be used to convert. The date will be used to convert foreign currency transactions into local currency transactions into local currency based on into local currency based on okay, based on exchange rate values. Again, I'll reiterate. This date will be used to convert foreign currency transactions into local currency based in exchange rate values. Okay. Suppose you are posting an invoice with a USD value, and today's rate is 75. Okay, 75 INR. 1000 USD equal to 1000 into 75, it will be get converted. Right? Exchange rate values will be differ from time to time. Clear? SAP server will connect it to all the applications of currency valuation web applications. The what we call ABAPer will write a program. Okay, and time to time it will be get updated accordingly. Is this clear? Understood what in what translation date?
Can you explain it once?
So translation date is nothing but, for example, so you have entered one invoice USD with 1000 USD, right? And so it will immediately, SAP will check in the backend, it will do the process. It will link it to all the what we called foreign currency valuation websites will be there, right? So it will take one standard website and it will take the conversion amount. So means 1000 USD equal to how much INR? That is 1 INR equal to 75. Yesterday's rate, for example, 1 into 75, 1000 into 75, and it will take local currency as in 75,000, 1000 into 75. So the on which date, and today the value of USD was, and today again you received an invoice worth rupees 1000. Okay, worth rupees 1000 USD, and today's exchange rate value was 78 rupees, for example. Clear? Today's exchange rate value is how much? 78. And how much yesterday it was?
75.
75, right? And yesterday what was the total local currency
For 75,000.
75,000, but today's
78.
78,000. Clear? 75,000 and 78,000. So this is called translation date, means how it is converting the currency from local currency to foreign currency. So that according to date, it will be get changed. It will not be the same today and yesterday and tomorrow or day after tomorrow or day before yesterday. It's always fluctuates, and automatically SAP will link it to those websites, and it will take according to the translation date exchange rate value, means on which day you are doing the transaction. According to that day, it will take the currency valuation. Understood, everyone?
In ME23 and screen, we can see, right, this thing.
Yeah, any transaction code, we can see that.
Yeah.
But we won't give manually, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
press enter, automatically it will calculate, right?
Yes, yes.
On that particular day.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Today's exchange rate will may different. Yesterday's it will different 10 days. Clear? I'll explain that. We have a big topic on foreign currency valuation. Next one, write down value date. Very important. This is value date. This date will be used. This date will be used to record. This date will be used to record this date will be used to convert, used to record encashment date for cash transactions. This date will be used to record encashment date for cash transactions and realization date for bank transactions. very important. This date will be used to record encashment date for cash transactions and realization for bank transactions. What do you mean by encashment date? Clear? So if it is a cash transaction, when we are paying cash to the party, on which date we are paying, that is considered as an encashment date. That is called encashment date. Clear? Understand? Whenever we paid or received the cash. Okay. What do you mean by realization date then? When check is realized. For example, I have given check to vendor today. So probably he has taken on 13th. The cash he has withdrawn from the bank on 13th. Clear? Then 13th is considered as a realization date. When the vendor has taken the cash, encashed the check, then that is considered as a realization date. Understood?
What is encashment date?
Yeah, sure. See, what do you mean by value date? It's very important to understand in banking this one. See, for example, some transactions as per the Companies Act 1956, okay, below 10,000 up to 10,000 only we can make a cash transactions. If the transaction is more than 10,000 as per the Companies Act, if more than 10,000, then it has to be paid or received through bank only, check only, bank. Clear? So here, what is a cash transaction in the sense? For example, we need to pay 5,000 rupees to a vendor, and vendor came today on 10th July and he has taken the cash from us on 10th July only. So this 10th July date is considered as an encashment date. 10th July is nothing but encashment date. But same time, the amount is more than 10,000. For example, it's a 50,000. And as per Companies Act, you are not supposed to pay the cash to vendor. You need to record it on check or any other bank payments only. So we have given a check to vendor 50,000 on 10th July. Okay. So he will go and immediately he will cash it? No, probably he may take 2 more days. So here, when he will cash the check, 2 days in the sense from today?
12th.
12th, right? 2 days in the sense 10th today.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow, 1 day, another day is 12th. So 12th. So when the check got realized, 10th or 12th?
12th.
12th. Then that date is considered as an realization date. Understood, everyone? What do you mean by a value date? This date will be used to record encashment date for cash transactions and realization for bank transactions. Understood, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes, Naveen.
Okay. Right. Next one, baseline date. See, if you do a payment in F110, once we do the payment, it will get affected immediately? No, it may take today evening or day after tomorrow, tomorrow, right? We have released today payment, but it may affect in vendor bank account to tomorrow or day after tomorrow as per the working days. Clear? So when it get affected in the vendor account or customer account to our account, then that is considered as a realization. And that realization, we call it as a value date. Next one, baseline date. This date will be calculated. This date will be calculated. This date will be used to calculate due date for customer invoice or vendor invoice or vendor invoice. Okay. For example, if I take This is 29th is our invoice date, and the due date is, we said that we are accepted 30 days credit. 30 days credit. Okay, 30 days credit. Okay, so what would be the due date?
28th July.
If the same date invoice date, then the payment would be on 28 July 2022. Correct? Then the payment date would be 30 days at 28/7. Okay. If we are not considering same date, okay, if we are not considering same date, then we are considering from 30th, next day onwards counting. So what would be my 30 days credit then?
29th.
29th, right?
29.
If you are counting on the same day, then it will start counting from that day. Or if we want, we are ignoring the day when we done the transaction, and we are calculating due date from very next day onwards, then my date will be get changed here. So, right? So that is called a baseline date. So here, baseline date is, what is my baseline date? Understood? So what
Yes,
is my
Navin.
baseline date in the sense, for example, it could be, baseline date could be your 29/6, or your baseline day could be as per your agreement 30th. Correct? So what is baseline date here?
The baseline date is like invoice date or receive date.
Next date. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, the date will be used to calculate due date of customer or vendor invoices. Okay. Next one, last one. Due date. Due date. Due date. Next. Due date is nothing but, so on which date, as per 30 days, in the sense on which day we need to pay as per the baseline date. Okay. So due date is nothing but okay. Due date is nothing but payment date for a vendor invoices or customer invoices. Okay. Any questions still here? This is about your field attributes. So any questions on field attributes?
No, Navin.
Right. So next on, we'll talk about application toolbar. We'll talk about application toolbar. Okay. Write down. First button in application toolbar, save button or post button. Control S button. This is nothing but your save button. If you want to write, you can write it. This button will be used to save or okay. This button okay. Control plus S, save or post button. This button will be used to save This button will be used to save the application data into database. Once we save our post, the data will be saved in database. Clear? Next one. Next one, back. Back button, F3 shortcut. Write down next button is back button. To move back to the previous screen, from one screen to another screen. To move back to the previous screen. Okay, this is only one screen, we can go back. Next one. Exit button. Shift plus F3. Okay, Shift plus F3. So to come out from existing application completely. To come out from the existing application. Okay, to come out from the existing application. Cancel selection or cancel button. Okay. Shortcut key is F12. To cancel, the enter data in application. Enter data in application. Okay. See, the whatever data we have entered, that has been gone. Fine. So whatever parameters we have selected, everything will be cancelled. Whatever parameters we have entered, that will be cancelled. Okay, everyone.
Yes, Navin.
Next one. This is about main buttons. Okay. We have already discussed this one. We have already discussed print button, find button. Okay, this print, find and find next. This is. So we have a number of pages, then we can go to the first page and you can go to the last page. This is the last page. Okay, if I would like to.
Why this is not active?
No, it is in application, it will not open. In new session, it will be active.
Okay.
Okay, first page, previous page, next page, last page. This button also, you know that, right? Create new session. Already discussed. Clear?
Yes, Navin.
Yeah, we have already discussed this. So next one, this is another important one. Generate a shortcut. Right? For example, every day we are working on one particular transaction. Clear? For example, I'm using a journal entry screen, a shortcut on my desktop. Okay. Then this one, generate a shortcut. Generate a shortcut button on desktop. Generate a shortcut button on desktop. So for example, click on generate shortcut button in standard toolbar. Right on, generate a shortcut button in standard toolbar. See here, just click. Okay. So here you can write it as a title. journal entry posting, transaction code, session name, FB50, FB50. Okay, FB50. SAP user, client 800, Naveen, English desktop. So just write it down. This will be get changed for you. But this thing, journal posting, you can give the text, whatever transaction you are regularly using and whatever transaction code. And okay, user ID description. This is server system description and system is Y01. Okay, so just write it down as it is. Okay. So click on next. Click on next button. Click on next button. So here you keep maximized. So here I need this on my desktop. So here it's a OneDrive. It's a OneDrive. To check here. This PC. Okay. Here I need to click on. Okay. Say okay. New folder. Finish button. Was created. You can see here was created. Now if you go down, I need to search. See here. Here you can see journal entry screen Y01. It has created. Now double click on this. Hello. That's it. Directly to open the transaction. Clear, everyone? So whatever transactions you want to do, fine.
When it open the existing, what my question was, already we have opened the SAP, right? So it will be a new SAP one,
So if
or
you log out, if you log off, then also it will ask for password. So I'm logging off. Okay. /NEX. Now there is no SAP logged in, right? So here if I type, then it will ask for password. I say hello. So Naveen. See. Understood? Everyone. Hello.
Yes, Naveen.
Yes, Naveen.
Okay, this is the shortcut. So these are all end user activities. Okay.
That find option will be removed.
Find in the sense, for example, you are searching for a lot of things are there in your menu bar. You can
Okay.
search directly. You can go to that particular folder.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is a completely end user screen. So that we need to have an end user screen. We need to end user activities. We need to understand that before configuration, we need to have an idea. Clear? So next we are going to do with the next week onwards, as I said, we are going to see the consultant screen. That is nothing but your SPRO. I'll give you what do you mean SPRO and everything in tomorrow, next week session.
Naveen, another small thing.
Please.
How can we change the date for format, we will use the, if we use the US date format, we will have like MMDDYY, right?
Correct.
So how can we change
In
that?
control panel, you need to change it. You need to change your system date. That's it here. In control panel,
Okay.
in your system control panel, you can change it.
We can't change in SAP.
SAP server, as per your server, what format it is following, the same format it will get changed.
Okay.
Understood?
Okay, now.
Whatever server format, date format is there, that is followed by SAP.
Okay, now.
My server,
Naveen, we can change it in SU3 T code, right? In the parameters.
sorry.
We can
No,
change
can you
few
open
things
that
in
SAP
No, no, no.
SU3.
Yeah, we can change it. The settings, we can change it SAP. Currency format, that I'll show you in tomorrow sessions, next week sessions. We can change the dates, we can change everything. But whenever entry date will be there, right? Entry date, system entry date,
Okay.
that will be automatically taken by SAP server date.
Okay.
If you want to change your posting date, document date, MMDDYY format, we can do that through SAP. You can change your currency decimals to dots, dot to decimals. You can change your date formats, but the entry date will not, we can't change the entry date format. Clear? It will automatically take SAP server date. And my SAP server is in India, so automatically it will take DDMMYY format. So definitely next week we are going to work on that only, dates and currencies only.
Okay, Naveen.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah, next week completely we are going to work on, see here, I am going to show you country settings, country global parameters, currencies, define countries in my SAP, how to define your client country in the SAP, how to define client currency in SAP, clear, factory holidays, whatever company holidays, see here. Understood? The same thing you asked, I believe. If it is Indian companies, we are going to see DDMMYY format. If it is non-Indian company, then whatever format they follow, we are going to select that.
Yes.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone before we call it?
No.
Naveen, please send this.
Yeah. Document you want or recording?
A
Both,
document.
both I'll send it today. Both I'll send it today.
Okay.
Yesterday's recordings and as well as today's recording. Fine. Is it okay? So till next week and the other next week, we will go little slower. So everyone will come on, will be on same page. Then once we start up, the things will be move little faster.
Okay, now. Yeah, shall we contact Venkat and get access for our access?
Okay, what happened?
Shall we take access in this
Yeah,
week?
please do it because next week onwards, we are going to start up with the practicals part.
Oh.
Yeah. If anyone wants to take it, do it either to this week or next week, you can take it.
Yeah.
I have already taken it.
Okay, good. How much is charging?
It's 1600 now.
1500
For
Naveen.
6 months.
1600 for
6 months.
6 months.
6 months, 1600, and quarterly 800. The same thing.
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah.
Okay. If someone, please check it out. If someone is giving for lesser price also, but his server will be little faster. It's genuine, but same time, if you are getting less price also, you can go ahead. Not an issue. But the server should be faster. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You too,
Naveen.
guys.
Thanks, Naveen. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.